Where am I looking? Where am I?
You can look at me.
Yeah.
What would you say to the University of Manchester board that refuses to cut ties with the University of Tel Aviv?
Shame on you. You are on the wrong side of history.
History is going to judge you very harshly on this.
The genocide in Gaza is allowed to happen for the same reason that single mothers do not have enough food to feed their children.
You are doing a disservice to the students that come to your university, to the staff that work at your university, to the people that keep your university going, and to the city that your university is in.
You're a university and you're there to investigate, to research and to develop ideas. You should not be there to develop arms and take part in the development of weapons that you well know are being used in Gaza, where you well know there are acts of genocide being committed with the weapons that you are researching the development for.
Well, I think it represents what our government have been doing. We've been arming a genocide, we've been sharing intelligence with Israel, and we need to be talking about a free Palestine and ending the occupation. That starts with the government, but also the decisions that our shops and our universities make.
We've had a lot of issues with is around the Tel Aviv University Research Partnership. You know, the Tel Aviv University is an institution that is complicit in genocide. I mean, they have student accommodation built on Palestinian graves, and that's not a metaphor. Somebody at the university has made the decision to make all of us complicit in this genocide.
What would you say to our students at our university who are trying to mobilise against the far right?
Do everything you can to oppose the rise of racism and the rise of fascism within our society. But also make sure you're campaigning on the issues that matter to the students: the cost of accommodation, the tuition fees, the lack of sufficiency of maintenance grants, all of those issues. So you mobilise people on the social demands, just as in the wider society we mobilise people and recognise they have an appeal because there's a big gap, because the left are not making the social demands that we should be making, which is why I've been here today talking about your party. We had a big event in Liverpool last night. I was in Birkenhead this morning. I'm in Bolton this evening, and so on.
Busy.
We've got. I'm always busy. It's my life. It's what keeps me going. Come on. What's the matter with you? What, you having a day off or something?
No, it's my day on actually.
Your day on. What do you do the other 6 days? No, don't tell me. Don't tell me. But it is about making sure that we are out there actively campaigning. So condemnation of the right, obviously, but offer an alternative.
I'm like an anarchist, so, you know, like pragmatic, you know, I just get rid of these fucking scumbags. I vote for whoever. Like, keeping like Nazis out like you vote. But like mostly it's kind of I've been of the opinion that voting for some prick in a suit or another prick in a suit was like the lesser of two
I mean, you're in a
evils.
suit. But...
Well, yes, but I look good in a suit. The choice between the lesser of two evils is no choice.
As students or as young people, we're very worried about the rise of the far right. Concretely, what are European left parties doing to tackle this issue?
A lot of people, they feel themselves unseen, unheard, unrepresented, and to stay in contact with these people, to have to have ears, to be in the people's quarters. There are also solutions on a very low level, solutions for their healthcare, solutions for the housing problems, etc. Individual problems. When they stay individual, the far right will win. Because they can break every individual, every finger can be broken, but a fist, it can't be broken.
I'm General Secretary of Die Linke, and I'm here to supporting Jeremy and Sultana in setting up their party. this what happens with the far right is now they have a wave, and the wave started. It's not so easy to hold off a wave, but it's a wave becoming bigger and bigger. But at some time it breaks.
And populism, because I think runs throughout this conversation, is about the 99% versus the 1%. Because I absolutely agree. We need to call reform, and the people who are running reform, the fascists they are. You might have noticed I've not been shy to do that.
Realistically, if you can't get past the beef soon, people are gonna start leaving, bro. I'm just keeping it real, so yeah.
I basically just think the launch of your party was a really reckless botch job, and I think like there's a problem, which is the launch of your party was over dependent on a couple of politicians who are inspiring and serious and radical politicians, but that has meant that comes with their personalities attract loads of people to the project, but it also comes with the kind of difficulties of their personalities.
Are they not getting their act together? I mean, you've been paying attention. I think Jeremy and Zara have a hell of a lot to answer for, as do some of the people around them, as do the 4 other independent MPs. I think they have turned excitement and potential and the real opportunity for a mass party that there was. I do think there was that potential, and I think they've completely squandered it. And frankly, I think it's questionable whether it's even recoverable at this point.
Realistically, if you can't get past the beef soon, people are gonna start leaving, bro. I'm just keeping it real, so yeah. But overall, to answer your question, yeah, I think they can move past it and lay a solid foundation. But Greens, bro, I ain't even got it on me. Give me a sec, bro. I've got what's it? When I was in the queue for the Euro Party thing, Greens were handing out these, bro, saying join Greens. You know what I'm saying? They're serious. So yeah, that's what I got to say. Bro.
It's not an easy process. It's a 4th or 5th time they will try. So. Okay, there are some quarrels, it's not a big thing, it will happen again, not a big thing. The main thing is they stay focused, and I think this evening went very well, and this event went very, very well, so I'm hopeful.
I think for me, yes, it was disappointing, I have to say. I did not expect that. I thought at the very least that we would have the conference and then maybe some of that fighting would happen at that point. You know, I'm not completely against the fact that these things will happen. You know, disagreements will happen as you start to unpick what this new party might look like.
I feel Zara Sultana could have shown a little more nuance and understanding in terms of the way that she presented what a coalition should look like, which was basically kind of bashing the Greens about what our policies lack in versus where we might not have done well. But I think where she should have really focused was on the positives, which is, hey, we've got X number of candidates, this is what our policies are going to be, and this is how we can really work together.
We've just had a by-election and the Greens won. Reform came second, Labour came third.
Wow.
Now, in the Labour stronghold, that tells you that the actual challenge to reform in Manchester, and that part of Manchester in particular, white working class area, was the Greens.
Obviously, Zach has just been absolutely smashing it, and he won that election on 85% of the vote within the party, and that just shows how much the membership is behind him and behind the message that he's pushing.
I think it's amazing. He has a way of distilling some really, really complex topics into simple sound bites.
There is no environmental justice without racial, social and economic justice too.
This is a really pivotal moment for the left to come together to strategize and coordinate. The World Transform has often been there, but this year it just feels much more pressing. Yeah, for me, I think the really important thing is that people make a Red-Green Alliance happen.
One little final message, and I mean this in a very nice way to both of you, but I would not forgive either of you if you stand against each other next election.